This is Pastor Steve with an encouraging word. We've been looking at worship this week and some of the Hebrew words which maybe unpack or help us become more aware of what worship can be in our lives. Again, it's not about climbing a ladder, getting closer to God. It's about being attentive, paying attention, being aware of the God who is with us always, and making that heart-to-heart connection that worship's all about. Today I've got two words for you. One is yada, which is the Hebrew word for thank you. It's an arm reaching out almost to shake hands, say thank you for the gift, thank you, recognizing who it's from. Interesting, in sign language, the sign for thank you is the hand brought to the lips and then extended out. That's part of what that idea of yada is about, to extend out the hand. Now, todah is another Hebrew word, and it means to lift the hand up, to extend it toward heaven. Again, kind of an act of surrender, again, a praise, a recognition for who God is. We don't do much hand raising in the Methodist Church, but it is biblical and legal, if you look at it that way. But again, sometimes these things aren't so much an action of the body as much as they are of the heart. I think of hands being lifted up like a child reaching up to their parent, the mother or father, saying, lift me up, hold me close. We want to be aware of God's presence, and that presence touches our hearts and brings us the response of saying thank you in recognition for who God is and what He's done in our lives. That's at the heart of worship. Let me read you Psalm 100 today. Psalm 100, all 5 verses, uses both those words, yada and todah, in verse 4. Make a joyful noise to the Lord, all the earth. Worship the Lord with gladness. Come into His presence with singing. Know that the Lord is God. It is He who has made us, and not we ourselves. We are His people, and the sheep of His pasture. Enter His gates with thanksgiving, and His courts with praise. Give thanks to Him. Bless His name. For the Lord is good, and His steadfast love endures forever, and His faithfulness to all generations. That idea of giving thanks to Him, blessing His name, that's the attitude of thanksgiving. Come into His presence with thanksgiving, His courts with praise. We become more aware of God when we are grateful. We offer those words of thanks. That's why coming to worship on a Sunday morning, being a part of worship, whether it's getting out of bed to watch online and with your family or by yourself, maybe getting dressed and coming down to outside worship or inside worship with social distancing. Again, that's taking the time, the recognition that God's worth the effort and the energy. It's a way of saying thank you by the gift you give of your time, your actions, your activity. But of course, it doesn't have to be done just on a Sunday morning. It can be done any day of the week, anytime we offer words of thanks to God with gratitude. To me, that's one of the great heart changers that'll open up worship to you in many, many new ways, is that attitude of gratitude. To learn to say thank you, God, for the sunshine, for the cool breeze, for the rain that helps grow the crops, for the cars that get us from one place to another, for the pets we have that make our lives more joyful, for grandchildren and great-grandchildren, for our spouses, for our family, for a good book to read, for a church to be a part of, for God's love that never ends. His steadfast love endures forever, and His faithfulness to every generation. Thank you, God, for that faithfulness. Thank you for that love. Thank you for that forgiveness. Thank you. That's what yada is all about. That's the heart of todah. It's really part of the heart of worship. Worship's where we say thank you. And we can do it anywhere, any place, any time, if we'll but stop, look, listen, and especially receive what God gives us. Sometimes God's best gifts come in strange packages. Sometimes even sorrow brings with it joy later and life change. So I hope you'll worship today. I hope you'll say thank you. Whether you lift your arms upward or extend them out or Give a gesture to God. That's a worship that connects our hearts to God, which offers a perspective of what life's real about and who it is behind the life we receive and are given. That great and faithful and loving God. Thanks be to God indeed this day and always. And that's a word of encouragement today from Pastor Steve.